Hi. So it's day 23 of this video series, and I'm in the thick of 75 hard. It's day 30 of that. And honestly, today's been a great day so far. Ben and I got up, and we're still staying very close to Lake Michigan. So it's become like our morning routine that we like get up, make our coffee, walk down there. And this morning we were early enough that we were kind of walking in the dark. And then the sunrise happened while we were walking on the beach. And oh man, it is just so cool. I feel so lucky. The crazy thing is, this stuff is happening every single day. And in those moments, I'm like, dang, I have a year to just kind of like bask in these beautiful moments in a really conscious way. And so I just like can't wait for us to be parked in cool places where I just like walk out the door and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this stuff is around us all the time. I think what's true for me is like the more I'm in a place, the more I normalize it and I stop seeing it. So, the fact that I can move around this year and like remember the beauty in places that I don't normally have the eyes to see just seems so cool. I have so much gratitude. I went to Great Mornings, which like times 10 my gratitudes. I was with a lovely group. Oh, Kenya and Brian. They like fill my soul space and their light sees my light and I just love it so much. Starting my weekdays with gratitudes and affirmations may sound like a silly action, but it's a really conscious vote for the person I'm trying to become, which is more and more in alignment with those things. And you know what? I believe that when I'm doing the work and when I'm doing these actions and I'm making space for gratitude and affirmations, like magic happens. Oh man. Um, So I feel like I'm simultaneously like appreciating the natural world and the slowness and like the beauty in that, but I'm also like hype on like light and love and like all the things that like I don't know, allow me to be my best thriving self. In the Great Mornings group um in my life, I've been thinking a lot about like what is the purpose of resistance and fear in my life? And I think it comes to a place of like, well, there's external fear and there's internal fear. And I feel like external fear is like trying to protect me, right? Like, I don't want to touch the hot stove. I don't want fear there. Or like, I don't really love heights. So, like, when I climb well, I don't actually climb things, but like, I went skydiving and that was like super fearful, but it's a natural fear. It's like meant to protect me. But then I think of like internal fear. So, like, when have I felt resistance or when am I scared to do something? And what I find is that it's trying to tell me something. And there's work that still needs to be done. And this is the year of yes. So every time I feel fear, I'm like, okay, like make space for it. I'm not saying it shouldn't be there, but I'm also trying to be like, okay, well, let's get curious about this. Like, what is it trying to tell me? And like, where can I find courage in that story of truth telling? Like, where is the truth in that? And one of the things that I feel like I have a little bit of fear and resistance around is like acceptance. By this, I mean like acceptance of like my full self as I am, both physically, mentally, physically, spiritually. So, like mind, body, soul, energy acceptance. And I feel like this is like the year where I'm more in alignment with my authentic light. And what's super interesting is like I'm around a lot of people, but these people don't know me for the most part. And so like I can just be whoever I want to be. And, I'm focusing on anchoring in light and love. And like honestly, what's coming back to me is like so bright and loving and amazing. And if people say something to me, they're like, oh my gosh, like you just radiate this glow about you. And I'm like thinking to myself, well, all these parts of me have still been here. I just like am trying to lean into this practice of like being my most authentic self and like letting it rip. Right? So looking at the face of fear right in the eye and being like, mm, like I appreciate you. I understand why you're here, but I'm also not going to let fear drive me. So I feel like this is going to be like a constant practice, but every single day I'm trying to orient to this intention of like working on it and trying to be my authentic self. And I think this is a year of that as well. Um, yeah. And I just feel like it's the easier thing is to just be like, I don't want to do that work. I don't want to figure out my fears. I don't want to do a deep dive on like how I can be the better version of myself, but it's also like super inspiring to know that you can kind of chisel away at that. I'm getting ready to go to like a cherry market. That's also a lavender place with Jim and Lauren. I'm going to try to look for a sticker because we are trying to collect stickers at every place. We're going to put them all over our door on the inside, which I have a little bit of resistance there because I like want it to be perfect, but I also like want to remember these places that we go to. And I feel like a sticker is like a great small space commemorative tool. So I'm like trying to lean into that too. And I think I'll honestly look at these stickers and just like feel delight. So yeah, lots of things to do today, but there's always a lot of things to do. I feel like I thought this year was going to be like pretty relaxing, but like honestly, I'm just busy all the time. All the time. New podcast came out. Very excited about this episode. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling today. So thanks for being here. Thanks for holding space. I appreciate you. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are. And yeah, until tomorrow. Bye.